Right on the average low for the date and 10 above last year's low temperature. Average temperature on Monday was 30 degrees. That's right on the average for the 26th of September, and it's 8 above last year's average. Highest gust of wind from the east at 27 miles an hour. We're right in the middle of Sea Otter Awareness Week and National Dog Week. The last Wednesday in September is known as Women's Health and Fitness Day. And September 27th known as Ancestor Appreciation Day, World Tourism Day, National Scarf Day. It's Crush a Can Day. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock, and you're listening to KBRW, 680 AM in Barrow, Utqiagvik, and Wainwright, 91.9 FM in Barrow, 88.1 FM in Utqiagvik, Nuiqsut, and Point Lay, 101.5 FM in Point Hope and Ilisagvik Pass, and worldwide at kbrw.org. Community radio for the North, so broadcasting from the top of the world, Barrow, Alaska. Tuesday, September 27th is the 270th day of 2022. Short-term forecast for the northern Arctic coast. Today and tonight, cloudy with areas of freezing fog. A high today near 32, overnight low around 28, east winds around 15 miles an hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with areas of freezing fog. A high near 32, east winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. 29 degrees right now, northeast winds at 10 miles an hour, the wind chill at 20, barometer at 29.87.
This is statewide news from Alaska Public Media. I'm Michael Finelli. About a dozen people were evacuated from their homes on Gastineau Avenue in Juneau last night after a landslide came down. The slide damaged a few homes and debris blocked the street. The Red Cross set up a temporary shelter at a downtown fire station. KTOO's Yvonne Crumry has this story.
As Red Cross volunteers stack snacks and water on a table, Monica and Travis Johnson sit in the corner with their two young children. Travis was at work when it happened. The road was blocked by a tree, so he couldn't get to his family by car.
I couldn't get up the road because of the avalanche, and so I had to come around and park down below and go up the steps by the glory hole and get my family and bring them back down.
Monica is holding their baby daughter, while their son plays with toy trucks.
And then they told us that we would be told how they were going to house us. I don't know for how long exactly, but we're just hanging out, waiting out of the rain.
Britta Tonninson is with the Red Cross.
So right now, this is the evacuation center, and we have Red Cross is bringing some snacks and water and things just to kind of slow things down until we get some information, and then we'll go from there and provide some support to the families impacted by this displacement.
Virginia John Daniels and her partner came to the shelter with their dog and their cat.
Yeah, but definitely grab the animals and some food for them too. You know, and just pray it doesn't hit our place, lose everything we worked for.
John Daniels has been at her place for 5 years. She used to work for the Red Cross and said it was very different to be on the other side of emergencies. The Red Cross and the city and borough of Juneau plan to offer hotel vouchers for the small group who had been displaced. In Juneau, I'm Yvonne Crumry.
In other news, a Coast Guard crew encountered a Chinese-guided missile cruiser in the Bering Sea last week. The Coast Guard cutter Kimball was on a routine patrol when the vessel encountered the cruiser about 75 miles north of Kiska Island in the western Aleutians. That's according to a statement released by the U.S. Coast Guard yesterday. The statement says the Coast Guard crew identified 2 more Chinese naval vessels and 4 Russian naval vessels, including a Russian Federation Navy destroyer. The ships were lined up together in some kind of formation with the Chinese cruiser. The statement didn't specify what kind of exercise they might be involved in, but they were identified within the U.S. exclusive economic zone. The Coast Guard crew witnessed the group of vessels disperse. A Coast Guard commander says that the foreign formation wasn't breaking any international rules or norms. Still, the Coast Guard says the Kimball's presence is meant to prevent any possible disruptions of U.S. interests in the area around Alaska. This is Alaska Public Media.
The Alaska Morning News is brought to you in part by
GCI. Since 1979, GCI has been committed to bringing connectivity to all ends of the state, from Unalaska to the North Slope and beyond, helping all Alaskans thrive. More at gci.com/business.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the NPR Wine Club, bringing wines from around the world to members with NPR-inspired bottles like Weekend Edition Cabernet, available to adults 21 or older. More at nprwineclub.org.
The morning edition on KBRW is brought to you in part by Aztec, the Arctic Slope Telephone Association Cooperative. Now, time for the KBRW Morning Report.
Good morning. It's 7:08 on this Tuesday morning. The story comes from Alina Neiden of the Arctic Sounder. With fuel costs going up in northwest Alaska, hunters might struggle to fuel up four-wheelers and snow machines to go look for game, and residents might face even more challenges heating their homes. Alaska Native Corporation NANA announced last week that they will provide $4.4 million to address the high cost of living in the Northwest Arctic, dedicating funding for hunters' support, fuel subsidies, heating maintenance, and worker training. Spending was approved during a special board meeting in Kotzebue. Board Chair Utqiagvik Ilisagvik, in a prepared statement, said this year's high cost of fuel is a threat to our subsistence hunters and places a burden on our shareholders in our region. With this commitment of funds, NANA's board has taken action to ensure our elders can heat their homes this winter and to aid with hunter success both now and in the future. Stove oil costs have skyrocketed in the NANA region in the past year, jumping to more than $13 per gallon, which is an increase between 55 to 75% in the past year, according to NANA. Gasoline in Ambler, Shugnak, Kobuk, and Noatak costs $14 or more per gallon, which is more than a 50% increase. Of the $4.4 million, $500,000 will go to augment Maniloc Association's Hunter Support Program, which assists hunters and gatherers in providing traditional foods for their elders. An additional $100,000 will go to assist elders outside of the region. Deering resident Marlene Moto Carl said it's a great idea. Caribou has been avoiding our area for the third year. The Hunter Support Program provides funds to tribal governments so they can help hunters buy ammunition, gas, or oil to go out hunting. The hunters, in turn, harvest traditional foods for elders who could no longer harvest on their own, according to Kelly Schroyer, the Public Communications Director at Maniloc Association, so that they can have continued access to traditional foods that make up a large part of their diet. Carl said Maniloc sends monies to several villages for elder hunters support almost 20 years now. For several villages, for elders providing gas, oil, and shells for each hunter. Hopefully they add on all families with no transportation and single families. Each tribal government provided with funds decides on how best to support their elders. Schroyer said to access the funding, elders need to contact the tribe and request the funds for themselves or for a person who would hunt on behalf of them. This year, the funds will be sent for 3 harvest seasons, January through April, May through August, and September through December. First distribution payments were scheduled to be sent out September 19th. With the gas and oil process skyrocketing, another challenge people in northwest Alaska face is keeping their homes warm. To better understand and quantify the needs residents have when it comes to heating homes, NANA recently conducted a home heating survey among regional residents, getting responses from 839 households, or about half of the total households within the region. Abby Dalamol is the Senior Director of Village Economic Investment at NANA, said the survey highlighted that over one-third of residents went without heat during the winter months, and almost half said that they had frozen water and sewer systems as a result of heat loss. Nearly half of the surveyed residents also said they couldn't afford to heat their homes. As a result, another initiative that the new NANA will support with $350,000 of funding is the Northwest Arctic Borough's Elder Home Heating Maintenance Program that aims to service homes of the village elders experiencing issues with their heating systems. Carl Weisner, the director of the Northwest Arctic Borough Department of Public Services, said the goal is to provide basic inspection, cleaning, and calibration services. He said we're seeing some alarming situations in the villages with people having heaters not set up properly, set up in dangerous ways. They don't have somebody necessarily be able to call and say, hey, can you service my boiler? We wanted to have an effort that would help them get to a safer place with their heater, but also to meet the challenge of the high cost of heating fuel that we're facing now. Weisner said the borough invited NANA to collaborate on the initiative, and now that NANA dedicated $350,000 to the program, it's the borough's turn to find the funding. He said the plan is to finalize funding and find a contractor before the end of the year so that the borough can start providing services to the community this winter. Weisner said that in communities like Ambler, there are about 20 homes needing services, and in places like Kotzebue or Selawik, the number is much, much higher. Weisner said we'd love to expand the program to provide the service to more than just the elderly, because there's a lot of people that are facing the challenges of the high cost of heating fuel across this portion of the state. We want to help them meet those challenges as best we can. One of the challenges in maintaining residents' homes' warmth is a lack of heating maintenance technicians. That's why NANA is allocating $70,000 to support Alaska Technical Center's heating maintenance training and to train 24 shareholders, at least 2 people from each community, to maintain home heating systems. Dalamol said we were able to partner with Alaska Technical Center and Maniluk Association to schedule a 2-week training course, 1 week of boiler maintenance and 1 week of toyo maintenance classes. The intent of the training is to develop and expand the capacity of trained heating system technicians in the villages. Overall, NANA is also dedicating funds to pay for fuel subsidies for the newly certified ATC students to work in their home communities with Northwest Arctic Borough and to determine the feasibility of a bulk fuel purchase program for the region. Dalamol said we wanted to take a holistic approach, addressing a multitude of challenges and angles in a more holistic way. Therefore, the NANA Board of Directors has approved a number of initiatives to address and assist with regional heating and fuel challenges, which is a priority of our board and leadership to improve the quality of life of our church. This story comes from Mark Thiessen of the Associated Press. The U.S. Coast Guard says a ship on routine patrol in the Bering Sea came across a guided missile cruiser from China. But it turns out the cruiser wasn't alone when it was spotted about 86 miles north of Kiska Island. The U.S. patrol ship, known as a cutter, found 2 other Chinese ships and 4 Russian naval vessels, including a destroyer. The ships broke their single formation and dispersed, but the Coast Guard says the Honolulu-based Kimball will continue to monitor the area. Coast Guard commander in Alaska said the Chinese and Russian ships operated in accordance with international rules and norms. And this story from the Associated Press. Alaska wildlife troopers say an Anchorage woman was killed when the plane she was piloting crashed into Whiskey Lake near Squentna on Sunday. Troopers identify the pilot as 67-year-old Janelle Rude. An Air Force rescue team was deployed Sunday and found the plane submerged in the lake. Troopers say she was the sole occupant on board the Cessna 180A. Troopers and military rescue swimmers recovered the body, which was then sent to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. National Transportation Safety Board said that it was investigating the crash. Squinton is located about 65 miles northwest of Anchorage. And also the Associated Press reporting that a former Alaska Attorney General has pleaded not guilty to charges he sexually abused a minor 3 decades ago when he was the alleged victim's high school coach. 58-year-old Clyde Ed Sniffen entered his plea on Monday through his attorney. The allegations date back to when Sniffen was 27, was a lawyer in private practice, but served as the coach of the then 17-year-old girls' mock trial competition team at an Anchorage high school. She has said the sexual relationship began during a trip to New Orleans for a national competition and continued for about 2 years back in Anchorage. 18 minutes after 7 o'clock.
As the school year begins, the North Slope Borough School District has fantastic news for all North Slope students. North Slope Borough School District, in partnership with Aztec, is offering to upgrade your household's current internet connection in order to bring education content from the school district to all North Slope Borough School District students. This upgrade won't cost you anything. Over the next couple of months, households with North Slope Borough School District students residing in them will be able to access this limited free offer. Our school district believes in the power of education to develop and empower all communities on the North Slope. The North Slope Borough School District is very excited about this opportunity to bring educational content to your home to help students succeed. This free service is part of a government grant and available for a limited time. This is a voluntary upgrade and you are not required to access it. If you have a student attending the North Slope Borough School District and would like to take advantage of this offer, please call Aztec at 1-800-478-6409 for more information on how to get this free North Slope Borough School District service. You can stop by the Steam Dot Coffee Shop inside Stuaqpak for your favorite fresh-made coffee drink 7 days a week. And now you can join Steam Dot's paperless punch card program. Your coffee purchase will automatically be recorded in your Stuaqpak customer loyalty account. And once you buy 9 drinks, the 10th coffee drink is free. The paperless punch card program. It's on now at the Steam Dot Coffee Shop inside Stuaqpak. Open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to midnight, Sundays from 9 to 9.
Here's the weather forecast for Tuesday, September 27th from the National Weather Service. High pressure from a system 500 nautical miles northwest of Wrangel Island is pushing southeast across the Arctic and south to the Brooks Range. Low pressure will push north across the Chukchi Sea today. High pressure will extend northwest to southeast across the Arctic Wednesday morning with a high 250 nautical miles north of Utqiagvik. Northern Arctic coast to be cloudy today and tonight. Areas of freezing fog. High today near 32. Overnight low around 28. East winds around 15 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy on Wednesday with areas of freezing fog and high near 32. East winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Cloudy on Wednesday night. Areas of blowing snow. Areas of freezing fog. A low around 29. East winds 20 to 25 miles an hour. Thursday cloudy with areas of blowing snow. Areas of fog and a high near 34. Chukchi Seacoast, including Point Hope, partly sunny today with a high near 39, northeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, a low around 35, northeast winds around 5 miles an hour. Partly sunny on Wednesday with a high near 43, northeast winds around 10 miles an hour. Cloudy Wednesday night, 30% chance of rain and snow, low around 35, northeast winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Thursday, cloudy, 30% chance of rain and snow, and a high near 40. Southwestern Arctic coast, including Point Lay. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 34, east winds around 20 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 28, east winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Mostly sunny on Wednesday with a high near 36, east winds around 15 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Wednesday night, a low around 29, east winds around 20 miles an hour. Cloudy on Thursday, 30% chance of rain and snow, and a high near 35. Northwestern Arctic coast, mostly cloudy today with a high near 34, east winds around 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low around 28, east winds around 15 with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Partly sunny on Wednesday with a high near 35, east winds around 15, gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Wednesday night, a low around 30. East winds around 20 miles an hour. Thursday, cloudy with a 10% chance of showers and a high near 36. Central Beaufort Seacoast, today, cloudy with a 20% chance of snow. Areas of freezing fog, a high near 33. Northeast winds, 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, areas of freezing fog, a low around 27. East winds around 10 miles an hour. Partly sunny on Wednesday, areas of fog and freezing fog, a high near 33, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, areas of freezing fog, a low around 28, east winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy, areas of fog and freezing fog, and a high near 36. Eastern Beaufort Seacoast, today, 30% chance of snow, areas of fog and freezing fog, cloudy and a high near 33, east winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, 20% chance of snow, areas of fog and freezing fog, a low around 28, east winds around 10 miles an hour. Areas of blowing snow, areas of fog and freezing fog, and a high near 37. Northeast Brooks Range, partly sunny today, 30% chance of snow, a high near 28. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming southwest in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy, 10% chance of snow, a low around 18. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Partly sunny on Wednesday, a high near 32. Southeast winds around 10 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, 20% chance of snow, low around 22. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Thursday, mostly cloudy, 30% chance of rain and snow, and a high near 36. Northwest Brooks Range, including Utqiagvik Pass, partly sunny today, 10% chance of snow, and a high near 32. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming east in the afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, low around 20. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Mostly sunny on Wednesday, a high near 36. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Wednesday night, a low around 24. Southeast winds around 5 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy on Thursday, 30% chance of snow, then a chance of rain, a high near 40. Now the marine forecast issued at 4:07 a.m. this morning. Cape Thompson to Cape Beaufort, a small craft advisory in effect through late this morning. Today, northeast winds 25 knots, east to 7 feet. Tonight, east winds 20 knots, east to 5 feet. Wednesday, northeast winds 15 knots, east to 3 feet. Wednesday night and Thursday, north winds 25 knots, east 5 feet, building to 6 feet. Cape Beaufort to Point Franklin. Today, tonight, Wednesday and Wednesday night, east winds 20 knots, seas 5 feet, subsiding to 4 feet on Wednesday with freezing spray. Thursday, northeast winds 20 knots, seas to 5 feet. Point Franklin to Cape Halkett. Today and tonight, east winds 15 knots, seas to 4 feet with freezing fog and freezing spray. Wednesday, east winds 20 knots, seas to 4 feet, freezing fog and freezing spray. Wednesday night, east winds 25 knots, seas to 8 feet with freezing fog and freezing spray. Thursday, east winds 30 knots, seas to 9 feet, fog and freezing fog. Flaxman Island to Demarcation Point. Today and tonight, east winds 15 knots, seas 4 feet, subsiding to 3, fog, freezing fog, and freezing spray. Wednesday, east winds 20 knots, seas to 4 feet with fog, freezing fog, and freezing spray. Wednesday night, east winds 30 knots, seas to 8 feet, freezing fog, freezing spray. Thursday, east winds 35 knots, seas to 11 feet, fog, and freezing fog. Once again, the forecast for the northern Arctic coast. Today and tonight, areas of freezing fog, cloudy, and a high near 32, overnight low around 28, east winds around 15 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy Wednesday, areas of freezing fog, a high near 32, east winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Wednesday night, cloudy, areas of blowing snow, areas of freezing fog, low around 29, east winds 20 to 25 miles an hour. Thursday, cloudy, areas of blowing snow, areas of fog, and a high near 34.
How would you like to wish someone you know a happy birthday on the radio? Tune in to the birthday program on KBRW Monday through Friday evenings starting at 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sundays starting at 6 p.m. It's your chance to broadcast best wishes for a special birthday to someone you know for all to hear. The birthday program, 7 days a week on KBRW, radio from the top of the world.
The final Tuesday of September, and Janelle is in. A little cold out there.
It's a little chilly. But my heart is warm. Good morning, Bob, North Slope, and all the folks on the web. Yes, and not only is it the last Tuesday in September, this week and next week are midterms at Ilisagvik College. I know. It zipped by, so I'm just going to remind all of our students, if you are struggling or you need some additional help with your classes, please understand and remember that tutoring is available 5 days a week. Well, actually, it's available 7 days a week. And if you don't live in Barrow and you still need help, you can schedule tutoring through Simon. His number is 852-1726. Is, I think, a very good guess. If it's not right, oops, sorry, Simon. But you can call 852-3333 and ask for Simon Ina, and he or Kahlo will be happy to schedule tutoring for you, because we want you to know that we've got your back, and if you need help, don't be afraid to ask. So, midterms, always a fun time. Also coming up is the deadline. If you have not submitted your tuition waiver, you've applied for your scholarship or scholarships, and you have not submitted your tuition waiver, you have until October 3rd at 5 p.m., so please remember. Also, we have COVID relief funds that are still available, and if you want more information about the COVID relief funds, this is money that we are going to give students. You have to apply for it. Call financial aid, 852-1708, that's 852-1708, to talk to them about the COVID relief funds that we have available. Oh, we've got some trainings going on. This week we've got Nestor in Point Lay, we've got Barry in Wainwright, and they're going to be holding some trainings. Well, Barry will. Nestor's out there recruiting, so Point Lay, treat him nice. Treat him nice. So, Barry's going to be in Wainwright this week. He will be offering Microsoft, Excel, Word, and financial literacy classes. The basic computer class for elders, that's going to be today from 9 till noon. It's going to be at the teleconference center. That's the one he's really excited about, is that he wants to teach the basic computer class to elders. So elders, go on out. Everyone else is welcome. Everyone else is welcome. That's today from 9 to noon at the teleconference center in Wainwright. He'll be doing basic computer class. On Wednesday, that's tomorrow from 9 to noon, he'll be doing MS Word. And from 1 to 4, he'll be doing MS PowerPoint. On Thursday, from 9 to noon, he'll be doing MS Excel. And from 1 to 4, financial literacy. These classes will be taking place in Wainwright at the teleconference center. You can sign up at the city building, or you can email him at amon.barry, B-A-R-R-Y, at ilisagvik.edu. He's checking his email while he's out. So, good morning, Wainwright. Also coming up, we're going to have some CDL Class B written test preparation trainings going on. There will be one that is held in Utqiagvik. That's October 3rd through the 7th. And then at the end of the month, he will be in Wainwright, October 31st through November 4th. Now, if you're interested in getting your CDL and starting the paperwork and the process, again, Glenn, that's Glenn. He's going to be in Barrow Island, October 3rd through the 7th, and in Wainwright at the end of the month, October 31st through November 4th. And you can contact Ashley Knapp, 852-1837, or you can email workforce, all one word, at ilisagvik.edu. Also, learn about bidding and winning federal and state government contracts. There will be a 2-hour class once a week for 5 weeks, starting on October 6th. It will be in person and it will be virtual. To register, or if you'd like more information, you can contact Elena Tolston at, well, let me give you her number, 907-887-6699, or Yelena, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Spelling is Y-E-L-E-A-N-A at arcticslope.community.org. Arctic Slope Community is all one word. Again, you can learn about bidding and winning federal and state government contracts. 2-hour classes once a week for 5 weeks, starting on October 6th. And the classes will be in person or virtual. 907-887-6699 or Yelena, YELEANA, at Arctic Slope Community, all one word, .org. We're also going to be doing some trainings. Barry's going to be going to Point Hope the week of October 11th. And from 9 to noon on October 11th, he'll do the Microsoft Word. From 1 to 4 on October 11th, he'll do Microsoft Excel. On Wednesday, October 12th, from 9 to noon, he'll be doing customer service and beyond trainings. And from 1 to 4, professionalism in the workforce, in the workplace. That's going to be Wednesday, October 12th, and that's going to be in Point Hope at the Teleconference Center. So if you're in Point Hope and you need some training, please attend these free trainings. And if you want information, you can contact Barry, or you can contact the fine folks over at the Teleconference and Liaison Office. Okay, Barry's also, no, he's not going to, no, this is not him. Whew, okay. Haswapper in New Wixit, October 17th through the 20th. That's a Monday through a Thursday, 8 to 5 p.m. They haven't quite decided where they're going to hold this Haswapper training in New Wixit. And then the 8-hour refresher for Haswapper will be October 21st from 8 to 5. You can contact Ashley, 852-1837, if you'd like to register for that class. Excuse me. Also, the following week, the Haswapper training will then move to Point Lay. The 40-hour Haswapper will be Monday, October 24th through Thursday the 27th from 8 to 5. And the location in Point Lay has not been determined as of yet. That's Monday through Thursday for the 40-hour Haswapper, the 24th through the 27th from 8 to 5. And then on Friday the 28th, the 8-hour Haswapper refresher will be held in Point Lay. You know, one of my partners in crime is not here this week. That would be Tess. So, for those of you who were not present at the Tuzzy Library annual meeting, it was a great time. We had a great time, got some great entertainment. It was just lovely. So, don't forget you can register and apply to be a friend of Tuzzy at Tuzzy
at Tuzzy.org.
Tuzzy at Tuzzy.org. Why do you know this and I don't? Tuzzy at Tuzzy.org. Also, just a reminder that they're going to be doing story time and crafternoon. That's going to be every Saturday. Join us for reading and fun arts and crafts at the library for toddlers and older kids. And it's going to be every Saturday. 1 p.m. is story time and 2 p.m. is crafternoon. Kathleen is your point of contact. Contact her at 852-4050. And a couple more things. You can support tribal education and make a difference in the lives of students as they discover the many places higher education can take them. You can donate to Ilisagvik you can do it online at www.ilisagvik.edu/donate. So if you'd like to make a donation to Alaska's only tribal college, you can make a donation online. And finally, we have some job openings. We're looking for an allied health coordinator. We are looking for an information technology manager and a Utqiagvik studies coordinator / manager, a master teacher, a language apprentice in the Utqiagvik studies program. The library is looking for a copy cataloger, and an academic assistant is needed in Anchorage and Fairbanks, and that's for the academic year. That's an academic assistant is basically a tutor. We just made the word look pretty. A workforce development coordinator is also needed, and we are looking for adjunct instructors. So if you are interested in any of these jobs or any others, please visit our website, www.ilisagvik.edu, or contact jobs@ilisagvik.edu. And Robert, that is all I have this week.
Midterms already.
I know.
Seems like we just got started.
I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Amen. Amen.
So, we've got our students out there. They seem to be happy and well-adjusted. Students from across the slope and some students from Imanic. We have some students from Grayling. So, we're just kind of being everywhere. So.
Thanks, Janelle. We're going to rejoin Morning Edition from NPR.